Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Arms Trade Tycoon Tanks in the closed beta. This is episode number 4. And probably the last episode. I didn't want to make this a long drawn out series. I'm really excited about where the game's going. I want to see, now I'm like, when I get passionate about it, that's a very good sign. It means I'm really enjoying this game. I would love to see an overhaul of their research tree. Doesn't need to happen though. You know what? Honestly, the game is pretty good as is. They obviously have a few bugs we've encountered that they need to fix. But other than that, yet the research doesn't quite seem, I guess it's the weakest point in the game in my experience so far in the closed beta. But otherwise, yeah, even the research is compelling. I mean, maybe it gets more interesting at Tier 2. I don't know yet. So we'll see. So we're on the verge of firing some people, unfortunately. Battle of Arnhem, okay, so. Savageningen has finished. And that was a victory for the Germans. It's cool. I think that they must have had a lot of fun developing the simulations for all this stuff. It's not. I honestly don't know if it supports the main game Tycoon flow that much. It is interesting, but it's always going to be secondary to the main game loop. But it's pretty cool. I mean, it's definitely something that is a good second project to work on, if that makes sense. Contract was accepted, very good, and we finished our production, so it's curtain call for some of our poor workers. We will fire, since we can hire 120, we will fire 100. Okay, there we go. And that's, we can actually, still have a year and 10 months. We could actually repay this loan. There's not really a reason to do that though, because we're going to end up paying. I don't think that we'll be. I mean, maybe as a test I can do it, but I don't think we're going to be getting anything from that. It seems like the way the game works, which is not the way real loans work, as far as I know at least. Well, it's not the way mortgages work at least. Yeah, I think it's not the way most loans work. That you have an opportunity. There's an interest rate, and yeah, sure. If you never repaid early, that full amount is what you would pay for your loan. But if as you pay off, you can pay early to reduce the amount of interest, the total interest, and there are sometimes some restrictions on doing that, but. At least it's not my understanding that every loan is exactly like this, or any loan even is exactly like this, where you can't avoid paying interest by paying it back early. But who knows? I mean, maybe in the business world that this is more the case. Mortgages is just not the case, so but that might be a special case. Lots of talking about nothing. Let's forget about this, because we're doing fine. We can suffer the 20,000 monthly payments. And we fired our people, which means that we're going to make a little bit more money, which is good. Yeah, we've cut down all of our costs. Workers, engineers, and administrative are very low. Building maintenance is pretty high. But it's still not worth the 5% reduction, or 10% reduction, which would be 10K, that we would pay an extra 5K maintenance for. I guess it is worth it, right? The thing is, I don't know. I thought we started the game with 50K maintenance for just, I guess everything, without having the additional buildings, the facilities. So I don't know, let's just take a look. Reduce the cost of every building's monthly maintenance fees. Would that apply? It seems like it should. So this is 10% off of 100K. It's going to be 10K. And we only have to pay 5K for this. So let's go ahead and build it, and let's just see if it works that way or not. Bank department lowers the interest. Reduction of construction costs for all facilities. Yeah, well, that's a little bit too late now. Construction time, I don't really care about that. Lobbying office. Increase your influence in numerous countries. That seems like it's important. It's only 2,000, it's 10,000. I might actually do that. What's admin council though? Bonus administrative perks. Well, let's do this. Lobbying office. Lobbying, I think, if Gear City has taught me anything, lobbying is very important. Alright, 1 day left on that. And we can start fulfilling our contract. Let's also do that. Hopefully we don't encounter the same bug. Really hope we don't. Okay, so we have 34 we want to deliver here. We can just deliver, let's just deliver all of them in one go. And we can do that with this. That will solve the problem. And maybe this is what we should do always in the future, just to avoid having any problems. So 34,000, we deliver them in 10 days. They're going to arrive there like super, super early. Yeah, very cool. I am very happy about this. Okay. That should make us a lot of money. Then on top of that, we can start designing a better Whippet. Since this one is, you know, it didn't perform that well in combat, and we want people to respect us. Alright, the Mark 1, Mark 2, I say that in the same sentence that I say we're producing the Mark 1, Mark 2 V3. We just want people to respect us and our Mark 1, Mark 2 V3. Alright, let's test this thing. Only costs 5,000 to test, and then with the 20 engineers we have remaining, it might be worthwhile for us. You know, we don't have reverse engineering or anything. You know what? I don't see the. I guess I don't see the use in these. Not yet. We haven't really hit a hurdle where we couldn't climb over it. Oh yeah, we have this. Okay. Wow, Sight Mark II. This is fancy. Well, this is the one that I think you can go a little heavier on. Yeah, might as well. Let's just go for everything. Cool. Oh, so this allows us to, you know, carry our log to cross things on. Top thickness also counts. Top ricochet is not going to be as good though. The obstacle trench width is greatly improved. I'm not sure which one I prefer here. Guess we'll go with the obstacle trench width because it's the newer item. I'll do the Mark II wheel on this, yeah. Okay, cool. So it takes 16 days to research. We'll do that. We are, like I said, slowly making our way towards the, yeah, to the Mark V design. We can use, now this one already has the best stuff. No, not really. Mostly, but not totally. Hard to justify maybe an upgrade there. I don't know. Alright, well, let's see. Yeah, in the meantime, I guess we just move steadily forward. Ajax rival tank. Oh, man. See, now that we have the money, I want to design good things and defeat the competition. That's, you know, I guess that's how it goes, right? Loading speed station, very good, so that's going to decrease the time for our tanks. 3 days, and then those will all be done. Okay, tank trials have finished. Let's go ahead and patch up the designs. Not too many defects this time. Five here. See if there's any down here. Yeah, there's not. Very good. So the Mark 1, Mark 2 V3 is ready to go. The total weight isn't that much more than the previous one. Attribute sum is now 1100 versus 800, so it's much better. Oh, I can't wait to actually, we probably should build this thing. Let me actually go back in, well, I guess we can do it for the production hall. How much does it cost to build this? And I just fired all those workers too, but build cost of this is 16,000. The medium whippet is, wow, 8,000. It's half the price. That is very hard. That is very hard not to use. All right, we'll leave the Mark 1, Mark 2, V3 here, but it might just be like a... I don't know if it'll ever be produced. It's pretty cool to have the gun on that side and the, you know, machine guns on the other side. It's a good darn tank too, but the medium whippet is just so good. You know what? But I did talk about how I want us to actually start performing well. We could start producing it. I mean, we could crank up to 220 workers and just start cranking those out. But I think we're going to have to finish this contract first anyways, 24 more days. So I guess I would say I have a little bit of time to think about what I want to do. Or at least I'm going to allow myself to think about it a little bit. Okay, contract for... Oh yeah, look at that. 2.5 million, just like that. That makes me very, very happy. So what I see here, sorry, is there's a... Oh, that's just the tier 1. I don't know how we upgrade this to tier 2. So maybe that's, again, something that hasn't been put into the closed beta, and that'll be, you know, one of the beta expansion items. Not sure. Anyway, 2 days left on that. 7 days left on this. No production underway. Even to have our 100 workers, I feel like it would be good for them to just produce one at a time of something. And I kind of do think we should just one at a time start producing these guys. By the way, are we currently gathering resources? I don't think we are. So let's do that. Yeah, Oceania just seems like it's a good fit with the amount of stuff we can get from it. Rubber, well, we still need it. So let's just get, let's just get 10,000 so we don't have to worry about it for a while. High carbon steel, basically as much as we can. It's not that cheap here though. And then glass is still not something we need yet. All right, 80,000, 21 days, let's do it. Oh, Oceania is the wrong place. I wanted it from Asia. Not that the high carbon steel is any cheaper. High carbon steel is only cheap in Africa. So paying 5 for high carbon steel is just what you're going to pay. The only cheaper amount we could pay is 4, but for very low quantities. So yeah, next time we'll do that. Did choose the wrong one, but I guess Australia needs some love too. So there we go. All right, improve, yeah, good. Improve low pass running gear, this is good. So we want to choose items that are specifically tailored. Probably medium hornet would be even better, right? This would really make our whippet very good. And this is going to take 64 days though. God, it can't be true. There must be a way to get more workers. That's a long time. In the meantime, is there anything else we can do? Not really, no. I think we could do this. It's going to take 42 days anyway, though. I think what we're left with here, I really do think that the best thing for us to do is to produce not the medium. Well, let's take a look at what we can do. I'm going to go ahead and start on the improved medium hull. There, we're committing to that. That's fine, because we have a lot of parts, good enough parts for whatever tank we want to produce next anyway. Then the question is, I guess we need to wait 5 days for, what are we producing here? The Mark V, Mark 1. That's not confusing. Yeah, do we want to start producing the other one though? It's just so much cheaper. Yeah, no, what I want to do, what I want to do is that since we're producing the Mark V, Mark 1, that's not going to impact the upgraded medium whippet. Let's see what we would be able to do for a new medium whippet. Like, create a new design for this. We would be using this. We would still be using that. It's going to be all the same, I guess. Yeah, we don't have a turret yet. We'd be using the old machine gun still. It would be exactly the same. All right, so that shows you that, yeah, we are not yet ready to build a new whippet. But I would like to, so do you want to, we'll say no, we don't want to save the edited design. Medium whippet is the way to go, but it's going to take 64 days. Well, let's go back to the engineering bureau and see if we can upgrade any of the medium whippet stuff. Italy and Britain have done a trade agreement. That's a downgrade, isn't it? Army Corps is going stronger in France. The Mark V, Mark 1 has been completed. So technically we could design that as a new tank too, which would be better than the Mark 1, Mark 2 V3. Never get old saying that. But yeah, this is what I want to take a look at. We could do something definitely better here. Absolutely. Oh, we can even put a sight on this. It had a small amount of volume remaining that we could do. Better crew aiming and agility and awareness. This seems really good. External communication, crew awareness. It's 180. Operation range would be good, but I think we'll pass on that for now. No. We can do Mark II for this. Yes. Mark IV. 2. Tailwheel Mark II. Let's do it just to make it a better tank. And let me actually go back and make sure we're doing stuff to make it better. 180, I think we can slip that in. Massive. 8,000. What's the mass limit on this guy? Mass limit is it's on the treads. Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to come back. No, just cancel it basically. So what is the what can you give me if I upgrade your stuff even more? Mark II and track inserts. Mass limit is 16,000. Oh, we're okay. We are definitely okay. We can do this. So let's actually design this, by the way. This is definitely a better one. We'll do the track inserts too. Even though it's a bit expensive because mass limit is 16,000. We'll be okay. I hope. You know what? Might as well be prudent about this and actually double check what was the weight of the medium whippet. Yeah, so this total mass was 13,500. So we have 2,500 to play with. I feel like we're going to be okay then. So let's go over here. This one is 4,000. We want to keep it. Oh, we have the Hornet. Oh, and this one is going to have a mass limit of 21,000. Oh my God, then we're in great shape. Okay, then we can do whatever we want. Track inserts, absolutely. Get the Mark IIs, the V4. All right, this is good. This is good. Now we have something we can work with. The Hornet version of the Whippet is going to be much better, and we'll give it all the best stuff. And honestly, one thing I would like to do, although we don't have the means, is even make the machine guns better. Anyway, we might want to design all this and then just wait for the turret, though, the Hornet, come in, because that's what we're researching anyway. Yeah, I guess the thing that I wanted to do, or should be doing, is first looking at getting the rhombozoid design going, which we didn't do. We might have to miss a contract just while we're waiting for tanks to get designed. I don't like the idea of that, though. Well, anyways, let's wait our 7 days. Oceania will be delayed. That's okay. We can max our... try to max out our... Lobbying office is done. Okay. Max out our materials. It's actually only going to take one more day still. Yeah. Alright, how we doing? We need medium, carbon, and high carbon. Definitely need medium and high carbon. So who's going to give us the most of that? Maybe the United States even. 76, 8. So it's cheaper to get it from the Middle East. We can only get 2,000 though. But this is cheaper. I think I will do this. Yeah, it's only 16 days, so if it's a delayed order, that's actually okay. And we'll take this, and we'll take the iron too. It's cheap, and we could use it. Rubber, yeah, well, it's not a lot of rubber, but we don't need a lot, so this is actually a good ratio. And glass is yet again the thing we don't need. So I'll get 0 of it. All right, sign me up. Actually a good place. We probably should do it more from the Middle East. I'm a little leery about not producing something right now, even though I only have 100 workers. Even just going one tank at a time. So the question is going to be, and I guess we can look at it here. How much better is the... This one was 1100 versus 800. This one's 937. So technically the Mark 1, Mark 2 V3 should be much better than the Whippet. And honestly, it'll definitely perform better. It has a 70 for its reputation, too. I think that this is a negative, isn't it? Isn't that a minus on the top? Is there a way we can look at the details, like more of the details of it? Yeah, 70 is a full thing here, and this is like a minus 20, I think. Well, that's just not good. We won't be producing more of those. Tanks designed, tanks produced, contract secured. Yeah, it doesn't... Our reputation... Or these are achievement points. Those are not reputation points. So where do I see my reputation? This is actually becoming more important to me now. This is factory ground. I want to go to global, I think. Oh, yeah. It would be nice if the loading screens were just a little bit faster. So we have a war going on here. Okay, where is... Whoa, we can buy a tank? Oh, we can buy this to reverse engineer stuff. Okay. I think that's what you can do. I mean, we have the money for it. Here's a captured intact rival tank. Make sure to study it thoroughly. Yeah, okay, well, let's do the reverse engineering then. In fact, we have no engineers who can do this right now, so we might as well... You know what? We'll hire some people, maybe 5 engineers, just a lowly 5, who can be on the reverse engineering team. Reverse engineering. Sorry, I said that funny. Let's hire 5 more. Okay, and you guys will be reverse engineering things. And then probably, unfortunately, this is a contract thing. Don't get excited. Probably let go when it's all done. All right, so just, 47 days. Good Lord, it's a long time. We already know how to do rot. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be very useful. Well, some of this stuff might be. All right, ultimately, it looks like we need more than just 5 engineers. Let's get another 5. That's kind of too long of a time to wait. So another 5. It's not too expensive. It is 12,000. So 200 per. So we can spend another 1,000 a month to get 15 people on the reverse engineering, which seems okay to me. It's a nice big reverse engineering team. All right, go ahead and just get to work. 16 days. That's a lot better. Off you go. Okay, reverse engineering, normal engineering, and research. We're maxed out on research. Research just takes a long time in this game. Must be a better way of doing it. Alright, engineering Hornet Mark 1 is complete. We want to think about things which would be related to the Mark 5 design and maybe get that going first. So the female, it could be better. This one can also be improved. This cannot though, right? This is already as good as it'll get. Not true. We have the Mark 2s. For some reason I only have the Vision Port Mark 1 instead of the Mark 2, but everything else is the better version. Yeah, that's a bummer. Just missed one item. That might not be worth redoing. The male sponsor Mark II, it's not perfect, but it's hard to justify. Let's go and redo this one, though. Because I think we are missing the bolted. This is Mark II, and that's Mark II. Well, I mean, it only takes 5 days. Let's just do them both. Make them the best that they can be. We'll probably do the 1-1 split again. I actually like that a lot, even though it doesn't make sense. Like symmetry is very important to me, but we can't redo this, but we have no reason to. That's not true. Oh, yeah, that is true. We have no reason to redo this. It's still the best gun. I guess that's a good thing, so we don't have to worry about it. This is probably not the best thing anymore. Okay, it is. It's the best thing. That's also good news, I guess. The better engine is still the better. And Warhorse Mark II is probably the best it can be. Not true. We have an Idler Mark IV. Okay, so this can be improved. Sprocket can be improved. Just 2 items, but might as well do them while we're waiting anyway. I mean, who knows actually if we should do it or not. I just don't know if I'm going to end up waiting the 50 days and getting a better medium. Well, it'll be the Hornet at that point. But we could build it like a medium whippet without the turret first if we wanted. I think it's just be better to wait for that Hornet. The problem is if a new contract comes in the meantime, I think we're missing it. I think we're gonna have to go and we're just gonna produce. I will hire people and we're gonna end up producing the Mark 1, Mark 2 V3. I keep talking about what to do and I'm not doing anything yet. Get the better. We could build a better. We could build a Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3. I mean, it's too hard to get away from that. The nonsense of that. I think we'll build a Mark 2, Mark 1. That's what we need to do. End this poor confusion. We'll build a Mark 2, Mark 1, which will be, it'll essentially be the Mark 1, Mark 2 V4. It'll have those few upgrades. Okay, so committing to that. But that's actually gonna, yeah, it's just tough. Because technically we should be using, if we want to design a tank, it's gonna take about 50 days. So the best time to do that would be right now. As soon as these guys get done with that. What was the most recent alert? Oh, okay. Yeah, the engineering is... Wait. What is... I don't know what it was. Just, it was probably a pop-up. A news article. Okay, there's a female sponson. So, we already built the Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark V3 or whatever. What would be the difference if we were to do this now? I think this is all the same so far. And then we went male, and then we went female, and then we did this, and then we can do that. This would all be the same. Yeah, I think we're circling back and basically just reproducing the Mark 1, Mark 2, V2. I mean, it could be slightly better, but just not enough, I think, to warrant making a whole new design. So I am going to commit to actually building these guys, which is nice. We have a tank, we might as well use it, right? So, production. Let's first, before I do that, let's go to the administration. That's not administration. And let's hire some workers. Not fire. Whoops. Hire 120. Yeah, let's do it. And get them to work on producing. I mean, we've seen numbers at least at 20, so I feel like 20 as a minimum. Let's go for 25. It's gonna take a while. Oh, well, we can't build that many. We're at 17. What are we missing? High carbon steel. Very good. All right, we know what we need to do. So get 17 of these. It's still going to take 36 days. And then we're going to need more high carbon steel to build more. Excellent. I'm excited about the fact that we're low on resources. That's a good sign in some ways. We're not researching anything engineering-wise. So yeah, now we should be starting to work on ideas for the better medium whippet. Yeah, we don't really have much to do, honestly. This is... I can't improve on any of this. We got the better Hornet, which is already now has all the best stuff. It's confusing. They honestly should put the best stuff on the bottom or the top or something. You know, that's the best. Oh, but that's the best. That's the best. That's the only one. That's the best. Yeah, look at this. 1, 3, 2, 4. Come on, something doesn't quite make sense. Maybe it's the order you research it. I'm not sure. Although that doesn't really make sense because I don't think I researched the Mark II before Mark I, did I? All right, let's see. I'm surprised we can't do anything better here, but it appears that is actually the case. And the sponsons won't go into the new one anyway. You know what? It's like we have no choice but to build the Mark V, Mark I? Why didn't I choose to go with this thing? Why are we building that other one? And we have the better warhorse. This one could be better. Okay, so let's build that. This will probably be the next one after whatever one we're currently producing. So let's get the best stuff. Good. Yeah, all that's fine, so we'll assign that. I think that might be everything we need to get the better Mark V. We'll still produce this one, but then the next one, the next assault tank we'll produce is going to be, yeah, the better one. 8 days on that. Accident in the production hall. Suffered 33 casualties. Alright, I get it. We need a medical station. 5,000. Well, we're going to get the maintenance office to offset it anyway, so let's do it. New resources have arrived, which is good. Reverse engineering is complete. Okay, let's do the next reverse engineering. 11 days on that. Let's also go over to the resource area. The game is really starting to click. I feel like we're really moving along now. Okay. Asia, yes. Asia, yes. This is where I want to go because we have a lot of things we can get here. Rubber is once again not something we need a lot of. In fact, we really don't need much. We'll get 1,000 just to have something. We'll get all of this. And glass is also something we don't really need. But, you know, actually we do need some of it. Now that I guess one of our tanks actually needs some. You know, glass is actually pretty cheap here. Let's do 1,000. Okay, I don't know if rare metals, ceramic, plastic, and composite have entered the game yet. Or maybe they're just unlocked in time. Although rare metals, you would suspect that that's something that you could buy at any point in time. Looks good to me. 100,000, 18 days, medium. Yeah, Asia's, I think, probably the best market to buy from in this middle game. Alright, let's move on. Warhorse Mark III is done. Yeah, we might be just ready to build the Mark V, which is funny to say that we're ready to design it like essentially right after. Oh, we could actually make an A7. This is funny. It's probably the best. Oh, no. Oh, those are identical, yeah. Actually, this one's worse, because it's more expensive. Ah, but not in terms of man-hour cost, so it's cheaper man-hour cost. No, I think I'd prefer cost lowering. Man-hours we're doing okay on, since we're usually ahead of the game right now. Alright, this is slightly heavier. It is worse. Yeah, the Vision Port Mark II is better. Again, a little bit different in terms of man-hour stuff. No, I think it's the Vision Port Mark II is just simply better. And same thing it looks like for the Holdor Mark II. Alright, the rear thickness is actually 15 on this thing, which is remarkable. So you could say that it is better. You know, it's heavier. But it is better. Okay. Could make a case for either one. We're not going to build this tank. This is, I think, a step backwards for us to do. So, no, don't save it. But it'll actually be more interesting to get the gun stuff. That's what we need to unlock, and that's what I should have been prioritizing. Okay, so this is done. Warhorse Mark II is done, or 3 now. This one is not going to have any upgrades, if I remember correctly. Yeah, nothing we can do better there. Okay, nothing we can do better here or here. And I think there's one thing we can do better on these. See, now we have this as well. But again, I think this is already better. Yeah, alright, this is the one. So, go to this, and we'll make a V3. 2, 2, 2. So we got the right one here. Yeah. Okay, sign that, make that mail sponson V3 or Mark III. That'll be done in 5 days. And then this one is the best. Okay, good. So then at that point we're ready to go. Whew. Asia delayed 7 days. Male sponsor Mark 3 is done. Yeah, we have 31 days. We might be able to squeeze in the design anyways. I can always just hire some more engineers now that we have the money to do it, to produce the tank design a little bit faster. Double check that this one is the best we can do. I think it is. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, it is. It's quite nice. You have these things which are good. Didn't reverse engineer the right thing probably, but other than that, that's the best engine we can have. And all that is the best stuff. Okay. Yeah, we're ready to go. And I think, you know, just because we are making money, might as well do it. Let's go ahead and hire. There are hotkeys that can get you. I know Q is to get me to the main menu. Basically, Q is this, the factory ground. And I think A is research. Maybe it's administration. We'll just test it in a second. Let me hire 10 more engineers. Nope. Yeah, 10 more. We have 20 idle right now. We'll make it, maybe we'll make it 35. All right, we're at 16,000. That's okay. I think we can afford that. So A takes us to what? Yeah, A takes us to research. Kind of contrary to what you think. What does D take us to administration? No, D takes us to design. Okay, that kind of makes... Oh, what is it? This is D is reverse engineer. Interesting. We have 3 days left. What I want to switch over to then is this. Absolutely. And we can try to min-max a better gun. Unfortunately, that's going to happen a little bit too late for the next tank. Unless I hold off. I just hired the engineers, so I kind of don't want to. We could, though. We could just let them sit and twiddle their thumbs for a little bit. Is there any... I mean, I guess we could design something just that we don't need to buy ourselves time. Don't need anything here for sure. That's what I want to upgrade potentially. This still doesn't have anything better it can do. Yeah, nothing here we've already checked. Can the Hornet be improved? I'm pretty sure it's using all the best stuff. It is. Yeah, that is confusing. This was not the bottom one. So the only thing we could do is design this to buy ourselves some time, but it would buy us pretty much the exact amount of time that we'd want. All right, well, I'll be suckered in. I'll do it. We'll keep the rear door on this thing to improve its rear thickness for a little bit of extra weight. I think that this is not supposed to be a fast tank, and the more armor kind of makes sense to me. 14 days. We can only assign 20 onto it, so that'll be we'll just assign that. Okay, 14 days, and it's going to be only 3 days. No, it's going to be 3 days after until we finish that. Then we have to additional time after that. So, but we can put a lot of people on the team to do that. Okay, more resources. Let's go to. I mean, Asia I think is the best place. Iron wise, we probably can lower this a little bit, maybe down to 6,000. Keep the medium going as much as we can. Rubber is looking pretty okay. I just got 1,000 of it. Get as much high carbon steel as we can as well. Yeah, I think so. And then glass is again, it's pretty okay. So we'll get 100 of it. 90,000 more. Another order. And I see that we're actually almost at the 40-minute mark again. We're running out of time. I've had a blast playing this. I think we go one more turn now, one more episode, right? We'll see. I might hold off on that just for a little bit. I know the closed beta is going to come to a close soon as well. I've been warned by the ATT folks. They've been nice to communicate their timelines to me. So if the beta cuts off before I have time to record the next episode, which won't be tonight, then I'll know that it's the end. But otherwise, we'll try to squeeze in one more to get out some new tanks. But I think, regardless, the gameplay loop is pretty clear here, and I think it's a lot of fun. Anyway, until the next one potentially, thanks for watching, stay safe, and take care.